Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa Bentley and this is my inquiry project presentation. Um, just a quick overview of it. My inquiry question was, how can I support my grade level colleagues and use peer coaching strategies to make our writing conferences with students more productive? I wanted to choose a writing base because my graduate uh, degree is in writing, so I wanted to kind of keep that focus. And I created my inquiry question in hopes to help both my fourth grade colleagues and our students, and just wanted to kind of have the focus be on both of us. And I chose to work with my fourth grade PLC so that we could build that collegial relationship. And just a statement that stood out to me was being able to engage in that honest and disclosing talk cannot be underestimated in professional learning communities. This kind of talk requires commitment to time and to the conditions that support collegiality and trust. And that definitely stood out in my project. My project did hit a few snags here and there, and it actually really showed the support in my teammates. Right after I put my inquiry project proposal in, I unfortunately came down with COVID and had to be out of school for a total of 8 days with my 10-day quarantine. And then one of my other teammates, plus Thanksgiving and time off, and then one of my other colleagues ended up injuring herself outside of work and had to be out of work for an entire week. So I didn't hit any resistance with my team. I actually saw a lot of support in my team because we were unable to meet, and then the time that they did make so that we could meet and go over this question and kind of work towards this just really showed their support and being a part of my project, while also having just life happen around us. So, some approaches that I attempted. I tried to use transformational coaching techniques or strategies. So, I really wanted to think of that whole picture and how we were helping our classrooms and ourselves, but also thinking about kind of like the whole system outside of our school and just kind of social things and reasons why things might be happening in our classroom that happen outside of our classroom. And using listening and questioning. So I really wanted to be intentional with my listening and my questioning, and being really aware of when I needed to listen and what kinds of questions I needed to be asking. As well as being able to facilitate the conversations. Again, like I said, our teammates, we didn't have a ton of time to meet. So I'm really thankful that they were willing to be such active participants in my inquiry project, even though we had so much other things going on. And I wanted to be sure that I used both cathartic and catalytic approaches. So paying attention to those moments when someone might need to air their frustrations or just have some time to vent, and being that cathartic approach. And then also trying to enact changes and using that catalytic approach. So kind of giving ourselves some homework here and there. So something that came up was one of our district-wide coaches shared a newsletter that shared about how to incorporate small group writing time. And just that was interesting that came up. I'm going to check in with her. I actually have to work a 6-week coaching cycle with her coming up, which I'm looking forward to after this class, and what I've learned from it. So I'm going to check in with her and see why she shared that in her newsletter and find out more information as to, is this something that district-wide other people are feeling like they need to incorporate in their writing instruction, or are they seeing things in their writing, in their students' writing, where they need to kind of hone in on some different ways to make sure they're building their students and having their students grow. So I'm going to check in with her and find out about that. And we had given ourselves some homework to read through some of those tips that they gave and see how we could incorporate that in our classrooms and see if that would help with us move towards this building our success with our own student writing conferences. So some things that I learned through this experience was my confidence in myself has grown since starting this project. I used to have a lot of doubt in myself, and there's definitely still some times where I can get a little nervous and have that. But this project and this course has kind of pushed me into having more conversations where I'm being someone of support, or just really sharing my experiences. I've been in the classroom now for 10 years, so I am starting to build my teaching experience and have some of that valuable teaching advice to share that I used to kind of doubt if I had or not. So this project definitely pushed me to put myself in a position to provide that support to others, and I definitely feel that our team is stronger now because of that. And I learned that I work with 2 other incredibly supportive teammates that have already put in time and effort to build our collegial relationship. Like I said, we've really had to kind of help each other out, where they did a lot for me when I was out of the building, and then same for my teammate, and then also just still really putting in the time and effort to work on this project with me and be willing for me to take some of their time during our PLCs to hone in on this project and be willing to do that with me. So like I said, because of our snags where we had 2 teammates out of the building, we definitely still have some work to do. I don't know if I can necessarily answer the question of if it has helped us with our writing conferences with our students. But I definitely feel that confident that my team is willing to continue to take the time to work through this and discuss our writing conferences with students and kind of analyze how this has impacted our student writing, and really hone in on that last piece of my question and see if these strategies and the discussions that we're having are helping our students in their writing. So thank you for listening to my inquiry project presentation, and I hope everyone is doing well.